Hello fellow bibliophiles and welcome back to Blatantly Bookish. I'm Marissa and today I thought I would do just a little catch up and a mini book haul as well. So this weekend I actually had a really fun weekend. It was the first time that I have done things in a really long time. So I went into the city, I had brunch with some very good friends, and we just had a blast catching up. I went to a bookstore and got 4 books for $4. I actually went to Taking Tea with Catherine's favorite bookshop, or one of her favorite bookshops. I didn't go to Book Off, but I did go to the Bookseller, which is a really lovely little bookshop affiliated with a library. It's actually in the basement of the library, which is really fun. I had such a good time there, and I had some really good finds, so I will show you those later. I also got to spend some quality time with my brother, which is really nice. We haven't seen each other in a while, and it was just a really wonderful day in the city. And then I also went to the Botanical Gardens, which was beautiful. We saw the Orchid show, and I will actually, at the very end of this video, have a little orchid slideshow for you. You may or may not have noticed my wrist. It has a brace on it. So I did actually injure my wrist. I have no idea how, because there wasn't an actual event or anything that happened. It just started hurting one day and didn't get better. So I did have it checked out. It's this side of it, the pinky side, if you will, and I'm supposed to immobilize it for a month, which is part of why I haven't had a video up yet. Editing is not so easy with it on, and I just hope it gets better. It has been making my life kind of a bit of a nightmare. There's been a lot of little things like that lately, actually. My husband's been having like his own medical issues, and just everyone has been having medical issues around me. But that's okay. We're hanging in there, and I did have a really wonderful weekend despite all of those things happening. So yes, you probably clicked on the video for a mini book haul. Now, I really refrained from getting too many books at the Bookseller. I could have gone crazier, but I know that there is a massive library book sale happening at the very end of April. And so this was just a little treat for myself, a little birthday treat, if you will. My birthday is coming up soon. But I tried to save room on my shelves for the end of April because there will be so many more opportunities to get books. It's the start of book sale season, what can I say? There already is not enough room on my shelves, but whatever, we'll see. Anyway, the first book I got was Fruit of the Drunken Tree by Ingrid Rojas Contreras, and this was actually recommended to me a long time ago by Bookish Bethany, and she said it was one of the best books she read in whatever year she recommended it to me. It was quite a while ago, actually, before COVID possibly. It's a coming-of-age story, from what I understand, of a girl who lives in Escobar-era Colombia. She lives a carefree life in a gated community, and in doing so, she's shielded from, what's going on outside in Colombia, the kidnappings, the violence, and really the danger of the situation. But I have a feeling somehow in the book she'll be exposed to it, and that's part of the coming-of-age story. I also found this gorgeous, brand new looking copy of Tin Man by Sarah Whitman. I have heard people talking about Tin Man a lot on BookTube a while ago. I didn't think I would be interested in reading it, but I recognized the title and I took a look at the inside flap, and it turns out that it sounds intriguing. And it's just such a pretty little book that I thought, why not pick it up? So this is about 2 friends who become more than friends, and then, is it 10 years later? Many years later, they don't specify. Many years later, one of them is married, and what happened to the other one, what happened to their relationship, and it explores those years in between. It's supposed to be a really touching story the way it's done, so I'm excited for it. And then I'm so excited about this find. I had picked up a copy of the Corset by Purcell. It's just a beautiful copy of the book. It was only $1. All of these books were only $1, and I'm just so excited about this. The description of it actually really reminds me of Affinity by Sarah Waters. It describes a young woman who goes to visit someone else in prison and has to decide, you know, if she's guilty, if she can be trusted, and so on and so forth. So I'm interested in reading it and comparing it to Affinity, seeing if that comparison is valid. I loved Laura Purcell's writing in The Silent Companions and in the short story collection, The Haunting Season, I read recently, and I would just love to read more by her, so it's nice that I have this. And last but not least, I got this gorgeous copy of The Constant Princess by Philippa Gregory. This is such a beautiful book. You can see the inside. Oh, I didn't show you the inside of the corset. I should show you that because it is actually stunning as well. Look at that peacock. Yeah. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So this is all about Catherine of Aragon, Henry VIII's first wife. And it's, I believe, told from her point of view. And I am really excited for this because reading Wolf Hall, I thought it was brilliantly done, but it did not focus on Catherine. I felt like there was more to explore in her story, and I hope that this does just that. Speaking of the Tudors, I am so excited to start Bring Up the Bodies. I'm actually going to start it this evening and hopefully read a good chunk of it. I have been told that this book is people's favorites in the trilogy, that it goes by really quickly and they just devoured it. So I'm so excited to get going on it. And also, I was reading The Betrayals and I loved it, but then it was due back to the library. So I had to return it, but I put it on hold and hopefully I get it back soon so I can keep enjoying that book. But I did take out a different book from the library when I went to go return that, and that is The Cartographers by Payne Shepherd. I was completely drawn into this book by the inside flap, by the premise, and honestly by the cover. It's full of books and doors, and I just think it's wonderful. So from what I understand about this book, it is about a young cartographer who works for her father, but when her father fires her over a mysterious map and then passes away, she has to figure out what happened and discover the significance of this map. That's kind of all I know going in, and I'm really excited for it. It sounds like a whirlwind adventure. The cartographers both work for the New York Public Library, and it just sounds so exciting. So that's all I really wanted to talk to you about today, show you some books I'm excited for, books that have been acquired recently and added to my collection, whether that's temporarily or permanently. Coming up, I will have to divulge everything I read in the month of March. I'm still working on getting my thoughts together on my March reads, and I'm sure I'll have to show you some of that amazing book sale in April. I think Heather from Fresh Parchment and I are going together, so that should be really exciting. What are you guys reading lately? Have you recently acquired any exciting books or gotten any good bookish deals? And until next time, I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Bye!